The Bruce Pearl era of Auburn basketball is behind us. Stephen Pearl, the new head man for the Auburn Tigers.
You are Locked On Auburn, your daily podcast on the Auburn Tigers. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Yes, welcome on into Locked On Auburn, your daily Auburn Tigers podcast. I'm your host, Zac Blackerby, and thank you so much for making Locked On Auburn your first listen every single day. What a crazy few days it's been, and we're joined by the Auburn message board legend himself, Charlie 5, also known as Kyle Rush, the man over at thebarnauburn.com and host the Top Button podcast. Thoughts on Hugh Freeze's press conference yesterday, we'll get there, as well as Auburn's 3 annual opponents. They've been set. We'll get the full schedule for all that tonight, is my understanding. But Bruce Pearl announcing his retirement yesterday, and then simultaneously Auburn announcing that Stephen Pearl, his son, will be his replacement. I said this when I reacted live yesterday, Kyle. I think there's 2 sides to this. I think there's half of it, which is the side where I'm on, is yeah, Bruce Pearl can do whatever he wants, and Steve has been a huge part of the success. And if that's what Bruce wants, like, I think he deserves it. Then it's the other side of it is, well, the timing doesn't help us. Like, what's going on there? If you did this right after the Final Four, you could have gone out and had this mega national coaching search. I don't have an issue with what went down, but I understand both sides of this.
Yeah, and I can't really decide where I fall yet.
Okay.
I'm going to be honest. I when it first happened, I initially fell on a little bit of the negative side, and I may still be there. Just because, look, I think Stephen Pearl has every bit of the ability to be a great coach. Okay, and I think there's a huge bonus to having Bruce around and having an investment in the program now that his son is taking over. But at the same time, I think Auburn is a great, attractive job. I think Auburn is a great basketball program and very attractive to bring in maybe even a more proven head coach. And I think that's probably why this happened when it did.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know Cohen exactly. Probably saw that as well and maybe wanted to at least do a big search when it actually happened after the season, and maybe that didn't guarantee that Stephen could get the job.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know fully. We might learn more in the introductory presser that'll be tomorrow morning, Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. Maybe we'll get some details there, but I doubt we'll know that part of the story. So all we do know now is this is Stephen's team. We're recording this
5-year deal.
I hadn't seen that.
Yeah, 5-year deal.
5-year deal.
And I think that's good, because if it was like an interim for a year and this was like a job interview, that would have made recruiting impossible. But no, signed a 5. It's been pretty much announced. He's the full-time head coach, signed a 5-year deal.
5-year deal. Yeah, I was kind of wondering if they would do the whole like interim tag and figure out, what happens with that. So, I mean, great for Stephen. Once again, I don't have a problem with it being Stephen. I understand both arguments of it, but I think it was 2 or 3 years ago, there started to be a little bit of discussion around Stephen, and I'm like, yeah, that's fine. I'm fine with Stephen being the guy. I wish they would have named him coach in waiting earlier. Yes. I think this would have made all of this better from a player retention standpoint, which we'll get to that aspect of this in a second, as well as like the shock of it. And we wouldn't have had to do this timing if you would have done that, especially if you're just going to give him a 5-year deal now. Like, why couldn't we have done this?
But I'm telling you, I mean, does it not make sense that if the reason the timing happened is because that wasn't going to happen? They never reached an agreement that Stephen would be the head coach in waiting, and John Cohen maybe wanted to do a bigger national search, and this was a way to say, nope, can't do that now. I mean, I don't really know any other way to look at it as to why the timing came the way it did.
Yeah.
Can you help me with another reason why?
The timing of the potential Senate run would have made sense, but he put that to bed real quick. in the video that Auburn put out. They said he's not running for Senate, that he's got a job with Auburn. Sounds like he's going to be some sort of like ambassador, deputy AD maybe type thing. So
which I dig.
Keep him around Auburn 100%.
As much as possible.
100%.
Yeah.
So I don't know another reason. I can't give you one.
I can't either. And if you got a reason, let me know in the comments. But I've really tried to play all sides of it, and that to me is the only one that I can come up with. As to
5-year deal is interesting. I'll say I disagree with it. I don't know if those two things match. Like if you felt like you had to hire Steven, do you have to give him a 5-year deal?
Well, I think the 5-year is not nearly as significant as what a buyout would be, and that's we're talking way like negative, like the negative aspect of this, and I want to try to kind of look at the positive, but yeah.
No, I'm excited for Steven. I was asked this question towards the end of the stream yesterday. I know it's kind of all raw reaction, but I am more excited for him now, just a few hours after the news coming out. But I am a little concerned with some stories coming out of some of the recruits and the targets, and then some of the new additions to the team via the portal, like posting that they didn't know that this was a thing.
Yeah.
There's no way they could. That. I feel like that would have been really easy to avoid. And I don't know if Bruce really did do this with the timing of what it looks like you said. I don't know if that really helps Steven out to do that. So I'm a little surprised by that.
Well, there's no way they knew, right? There's no way the players could have known, because there's no way nobody knew about this. Like nobody. As a matter of fact, there's a lot of people that you and I both know personally that are like friends with Bruce, like close with Bruce, that are completely shocked by this, that thought he was good for at least 1 year, maybe even 2, based off of recent conversations. I don't think anybody knew about this except for maybe John Cohen and Stephen Pearl and their immediate family, because the players, there's no way they could have kept their mouth shut. You know what I mean? Like it would have gotten out. Like it literally smoke billowed at about 30 minutes before the announcement.
It was quick.
It was quick. It was quick. So I don't think anybody knew about it.
Yeah. Yeah. And so maybe that wouldn't have been possible. I don't know how you couldn't meet with your team the night before, but you're right. It would have gotten out. You're right.
100%.
You're right. So we'll see. I mean, the portal technically opens. It's not a super clean ability to leave, but you in theory could leave.
It's borderline impossible though. You essentially
you'd have to miss chunks of the season.
Yep. And the best chance would be to go ahead and redshirt the whole year and sit out the year. That if you want to preserve a year of eligibility, because
I think you could in theory miss the rest of this calendar year.
Yeah. So
and then transfer in the spring. Yeah.
So transfer like
play in the spring.
Yeah. And then you know how tough that would be. So
right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we tried it with Austin Wiley his freshman year. Not the exact same thing, but kind of is. It's tough to do. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. And they know Steven. It's not like we're bringing in somebody they've never talked to.
They know everybody. All the staff is intact for the most part. So
right. Which has been such an underrated key core of this run. Obviously, sure. Bruce was crucial in all of it too. But we'll see. We'll see what it goes. But yeah, I mean, what an era. What a run for Bruce Pearl. And excited to see what happens under Stephen Pearl. Moving
head ball coach, baby.
The head ball coach. Let's go.
I found a tweet, or somebody bumped a tweet of mine from like 2022, and it was him celebrating at like the Moore's Mill Club or something like that with champagne. And I think I had said, "That's my future head coach." Turns out that's your future head coach. How about that?
You nailed it 4 years ago. That's awesome. All right, Auburn has, I guess, another leak that happened yesterday was I keep wanting to say protected rivalries, but annual opponents is the verbiage. We'll learn more about the schedule tonight, but we got a good, nice head start on it. That's next right here on Locked On Auburn. Today's show brought to you by our friends at Square. How important are small businesses throughout a community?
Just the lifeblood.
Yeah, they keep it together. And how can those businesses operate the most efficiently? by using Square.
Square.
Yeah. Let's not overthink it, people. Let's not overthink it. There are businesses that truly make the neighborhood feel like home, whether it's the local sports bar or the coffee shop that knows your order by heart. Look, Square is a proud partner of more than 4 million neighborhood businesses around the world. You can go to square.com/go/lockedoncollege to learn more. But before you do, go support your favorite neighborhood spot. You'll be happy you did. Square, see you in the neighborhood. Today's show also brought to you by our friends at Game Time. Can you imagine buying a ticket anywhere other than with our friends at Game Time?
Heck no.
No way.
Dadgummit.
No way. Look, the next game at Jordan-Hare Stadium's, I think it's safe to say it's a big one.
Yep.
You want to be there. Georgia at night at Jordan-Hare Stadium. That's Cam Newton night as well. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be electric. And you could be there. By downloading the Game Time app, you can use promo code LOCKEDONCollege for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, that's promo code LOCKEDONCollege for $20 off. Download, tap, ticket, go. Download Game Time today. Auburn, for the next 4 seasons, will play Alabama every year. Not surprising. We'll play Georgia every year. Not surprising. And we'll play the Vanderbilt Commodores. All right. Unless Diego Pavia finds a way to get more eligibility, I think this is okay.
Yeah. Look, they're obviously on a tear right now. But I think historically, if you got to take Alabama and you got to take Georgia, it's pretty good deal. I mean, pretty good deal getting Vandy. I mean, only thing, Mississippi State might have been a good one. I think Alabama got picked up then. Kentucky might have been a good one just because Kentucky basketball is just going to always dominate the rev share and the NIL situation there. But I think you can't look at this year because after this year, Diego Pavia is gone. Heck, Clark Lee might even be gone.
Please hire him away. I think he's a Vandy guy though, right? Didn't he play there?
I thought he was a Notre Dame guy. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm thinking he came from Notre Dame.
He did come from Notre Dame.
Yeah, he might be.
That happened.
But he's a good coach. He's obviously doing great things there. 4-0. It's crazy.
No, he's killing it. Yeah, it looks like he went. Yeah, he was at Vandy in 07. So
yeah,
there you go. There you go.
Yeah, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. It's a little bit. I mean, no offense to Vandy. It's kind of boring, but Nashville's a fun trip, and you get to go there 2 times over the next.
And Auburn people, they like traveling to Nashville, like clearly, which is great. I like Nashville. Yeah, I'm not pushing back on that at all.
And hopefully by the time the last road trip comes along, they will have finished that one end zone.
They'll finish their stadium construction.
The visiting locker room may be finished by the time that last trip rolls around.
That'd be huge. That'd be huge for our visiting experience. 100%.
Showers. Let's go.
100%.
We actually get to clean ourselves.
Yeah, the Alabama and Georgia one, like, I guess a part of me was curious if they would look elsewhere, but I think a lot of people would have been disappointed if that wasn't the case. I don't think I would have cared if they moved it off, but you and I are against traditional rivalries more than I think most people.
Yeah.
So that's okay. That's okay.
Part of me was like, part of me felt like they were going to try to revitalize some other old rivalry. And for whatever reason, I just felt like Florida was going to get thrown in there.
I thought it was, I said that last week. I'm like, my gut is the third team is Florida. I said that. Yeah. I agree.
And because that is, I mean, if you really think about it, that was one of the big rivalries. Like that was Alabama, Georgia, and Florida. Like you had those, and obviously LSU too, but Florida was a big one. So I kind of felt like that one might have been thrown in there. But I think how hard is it though to like project how that third team's gonna be? You know what I mean? Like that you're actually giving somebody a quote unquote break in quotation marks. Because you could have.
I mean, you just never know. You never know. I mean, you would have thought a few years ago that Florida would have been a tough draw, and now, over the last few years under G5 Billy, it hasn't been. Or Vanderbilt, right? Or like South Carolina, so up and down.
Yeah,
Tennessee was down for a long time. There was a stretch there where Kentucky was pretty formidable.
Mississippi State's 4-0.
Yeah, right.
With the top 15
you never know. You never know for sure. And I don't know if like they publicly said it's about balance. I don't think they have, but you can kind of look at it and see it's like, oh, everybody's pretty even. A lot of people were saying like Tennessee got the easy draw, but I mean, I don't like this wasn't ever going to be about fairness, right? Like whenever you try to make anything about college athletics about fairness, you're gonna be upset because it's impossible.
Yeah, completely. So then when it was going to be the 9 games, you knew that meant Georgia was getting locked in. So you just had to hope that you didn't get completely screwed. And I think as good as it could possibly turn out, I think it turned out fine for Auburn. So we'll have to start booking some trips to Nashville. Like just go ahead and get a timeshare. Should we go ahead and get a timeshare in Nashville for over the next couple of years?
I've heard timeshares are great investments.
They're fantastic investments.
That's what everybody says.
I've never met a person who doesn't love their timeshare.
Yeah. Every person who has invested well their entire life, they're like, I got here because of timeshares.
Timeshares.
Great. Awesome.
Hey,
so yeah, I think so. No, my understanding though is tonight it's the full schedule, right? Am I right on that?
I think you're right. I think
all 9 games. So that'll be fun. That'll be exciting to see who we play and when and where and all that stuff. So that should be good. Because I guess we don't know the location of those games.
Correct.
Right.
There were some talk also, and I'm curious to see if we learn anything here. There was some talk also that the first Georgia game that we play could be at a neutral site so that you can get back to staggering the Alabama and Georgia game. So you don't have them both on the road and then both
would it be in Atlanta?
I think it would be in Atlanta. So, I mean, it would technically be still close to a Georgia home game, but at least you get a bigger allotment of tickets if it's in Atlanta. How do you feel? How would you feel about that?
Yeah, I'd be fine with it.
Yeah, I kind of want them staggered. It's fun when it's.
Oh, how do I feel about them being stacked? Yes, yeah, I would rather play one on the road and one at home.
Yeah,
every year.
I think that's
agree with that.
Much more ideal.
I agree with that. I think that's more sustainable too.
Sure.
Because like right now, it's like you've got to be good on years where they're both to like have a true shot.
Yeah.
And I think it actually raises your floor a little bit if you can do that. If Hugh gets us to where we want to be
competitive. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right. So yeah, we'll see what the schedule looks like. But all in all, the 3 annual opponents, once again, Auburn will play Bama, Georgia, and Vanderbilt for the next 4 seasons, and then it'll be reviewed again after that. You'll play every team every other year, and then you'll play in every location every 4 years in the entire conference now, with it going to 9 games. So there we are.
Kind of cool when you come in, you're going to be able to play in every SEC stadium.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it's great. Yeah. Hugh Freeze had some thoughts at his presser yesterday. Sounds like he let the special teams wear one for a little bit, and that's a good thing. That's next, right here on Locked On Auburn. Today's show brought to you by our friends at Mazda. Mazda crafts cars for those who do more than simply move. Mazda delivers confidence with every ride with more IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus awards than anyone else. Which when I think about like excellence, that's what I'm thinking about. The first thing when somebody's like vehicle, I'm like, well, let's talk to me about the IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus award. And Mazda has more than anybody.
Bang.
That's right. Like our players, we sweat every detail because when you make every move count, impossible becomes irrelevant. Mazda, move and be moved. Today's show also brought to you by our friends at Alumni Hall. I went to Alumni Hall Saturday morning. I had to get a larger cheerleading outfit for my 5-year-old. She had outgrown one of the smaller ones. And so we have passed that one on to her sister, and the big sister, she's got her own again. And we are thriving, my guy.
Surviving and thriving, baby.
We are thriving thanks to our friends at Alumni Halls, where I got this hat from Alumni Hall. I get a lot of stuff from
Alumni. It's so much
Hall.
fun to go in.
It is. It is so much fun. They got 3 great physical locations: Auburn, Opelika, and Huntsville, and also online at alumnihall.com. Thank you so much for making Locked On Auburn your first listen every single day. Hugh Freeze spoke to the media. Monday afternoon. And special teams were a problem against Oklahoma. And it sounds like Hugh Freeze made that abundantly clear to the team.
Yes, 100%. He said he made it. He said they had some very tough conversations. He said, I don't want to be too negative, but I don't think it's controversial, but essentially to say that special teams call was the difference in the game. And he called out very specific plays that we all are very familiar with. And one thing that I liked about it, and he said it with almost disgust in the way he said it, which shows me how like serious it is not to have these penalties. But he's like, we have a really talented returner back there at kickoff, but if we can't block, we're going to call a fair catch every time. I mean, he just straight up said that. He said, we want to get the ball in his hands, he can do great things, but if we can't do it, we're going to call a fair catch every time. And he almost said that like disgusted with what he's seen so far. So
he should be, though. Like,
yeah,
he should
100%.
be disgusted. It's year 3. It's ridiculous.
It is. I've said this on a couple of different shows, but like most teams, you execute these special teams with walk-ons and backups, and you don't have any issues. Like, it's not a talent thing. Correct. It's just a discipline thing and doing it for your team, like taking it for the team and having pride in what you're doing. And you could feel all of that in everything that Hugh said. Like, this is something, hey, it was brutally honest.
Yep.
We were brutally honest on Monday or whatever it was, is the learning day. And that's what they talked about. And he basically said the return game, I don't care who's back there. If we can't block it, we're calling fair catches.
Yeah. I mean, we talk about it every year, right? It's just like, goodness gracious, let's get it right. Let's figure out a way to get it right.
Do you agree with the idea that special teams pretty much decided the outcome of the game, or could have decided the outcome of the game? Spotted them a touchdown. I mean,
the bad snap to Hudson. That you could argue that's the most important play of the game. That's not the one that's getting attention or whatever, but you could argue that's the most important player.
And then even on the last drive to try to go win, I mean, right. You had one on the kickoff, and you're starting at the 5, and that changes everything about the way that drive happens. So yeah, I mean, I totally get. I can jump on board. I could point to a few other things, but that is definitely one. Hey, I tell you what,
I mean, you bring in a college kicker through the portal that has experience and has been successful, and it's like, what was that kick?
Yeah, it was way
by Connor Gibbs. Like, what in the world was that kick?
Yeah,
that's your job.
That's all you do, and you kick off.
Like, you miss it, but like, give me a shot when it's in the air.
People were talking about it. It doesn't make sense to have 2 kickers because the long guy comes in cold. Well, Connor also kicks off. So Connor arguably has more. He's probably warmer than Alex, honestly. At that, Alex only kicked 2 extra points, and he did kick 1 field goal. But I mean, Connor had every kickoff too. So like that's kind of your deal. And you just have really, man, those 40 and plus yarders have just been a nightmare for Auburn over the last 2 years, I guess.
Yeah, it's been brutal. It's been brutal. He talked about like all the sacks. Yeah. And whose fault was what? Well, it sounds like about half of it was on Jackson and half of it was on the offensive line. And then one was on the receivers. So I'm working my way through the all 22 of it.
Mm-hmm.
And it definitely seemed like the first half was I mean, it's not perfectly consistent, but there were times, and we don't know what all's called and what progressions or what, and when he's like supposed to run it. But there are several instances where like the pocket is so clean for long enough.
Yeah.
And then, but nobody's open downfield, but like, we don't know what he's coached. Like, how long is he supposed to wait in his brain before he's supposed to run it?
Yeah.
So some of that's just, we don't know what's being taught there, but a lot of the time, like, it's coverage stuff, and Jackson's just like, there's no clock in his brain going on.
Well,
and
think about
the next step here.
The second play, our second offensive play of the second half. That's when then Mason, finally got to come back, and he had tons and tons of time. Aaron Murray even singled that one play out as one where he felt like it was completely on Jackson. You even had check downs in that play, and then you had, a post route. He seems to really need a receiver to be open before he can pull the trigger. He can't really seem to anticipate or throw a receiver open. That's what it seemed like in that game. Like he was so nervous about turning it over. He really waits and waits till somebody is essentially wide open, and sometimes it's too late at that point. But I felt pretty good about the fact that I kind of was on the same page with Hugh. I felt like about half of them were there was nothing Jackson could do. You just got whipped by a twist or got beat on a 1-and-1 on the outside, and then about half were on just holding the ball too long. So I took that a little bit as a positive because they were able to create enough pockets that we could have done some damage, more damage, if we were just able to see it or connect on some of the long passes or some of the passes that we missed or either didn't see.
I just wonder how they adjust. Do they start coaching Jackson, which I don't know why they haven't been doing this yet. About to sneeze.
Bless you.
Whoa. Yeah. Okay. So I wonder how, if they start coaching him like 3 seconds, one read, second read, run.
Yeah.
And I don't know the downside to that other than like your quarterback's getting hit, but
also can Hugh's offense be malleable enough to be able to do that? And I don't know the answer to that one either.
I don't know how that wouldn't be malleable, but it's a reasonable question.
Well, it just seemed like, remember last year when we went to quote unquote dumb down the offense, it looked like it was disastrous. Like that was whenever
I got you.
You had the Missouri game and then in the Vanderbilt game when you're trying not to turn the ball over. It's almost like we're trying to do the opposite now. Like we're trying to figure out ways to, we're not turning it over. We're just not throwing it at all. I don't know. There's definitely some things there they got to do to help Jackson because he's not seeing it 100% right now, in my opinion.
Yeah. No, something's missing for sure. So,
yep.
How can people check out everything you've got going on?
Absolutely. Go over to thebarnauburn.com, sign up today, jump in the chat, jump in the message board, and have some fun. And then, man, these live game streams on Saturday are fun. So definitely jump on the Barn Auburn YouTube page and be ready for those on Saturdays. Get in the action.
Please like the video. Please subscribe. We'll see you next time. This has been Locked On Auburn.